Cozy Womb Drive-In. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Hope your Saturday is nice and bright like it is here in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Can't complain. Too bad I can't enjoy it because I gotta make this greenery. Hope everything's good with y'all. We got some interesting things to talk about. So let's get into it. Let's get into things that should never need to be said. Okay. What am I talking about? Things that should not have to be said regarding children, especially if you're the parent or you're the caretaker, would be how much money you need for 2 weeks for he or she, for the kid. If you're taking care of the child and you guys are not together, you guys are not in the same household, you should know how much it costs you to get the food, to have the diapers, to have the clean clothes, what you're washing, all of that. You should know how much it's going to cost for you. And if you want to include a sitter cost, then include a sitter cost. But I shouldn't have to tell you what that is, because communication-wise, which is very important when you're co-parenting, that's already said, okay? She or he is out of diapers or wipes. If you know that you didn't give any diapers or wipes and that's something you do, the man or the woman, and that's a thing, then you should know, hey, I haven't brought this over in a while. Let me go ahead and bring this over. Who is the doctor? Why is this automatically delegated to the mother to only know who the doctor is? Like, I shouldn't have to be like, do you know who your child's doctor is? And they don't know. Never ask the other parent what size does the child wear. You look into what size your child wears. You should know. When was the last time you called / seen / spent time with your child? I'm not supposed to keep tabs up on that. And for one of my kids, it's a consistent habit of not being consistent. How are you consistent and not being consistent? He is consistent and not being consistent. And then you randomly hit me up with demands of, where's Anya? Or where's, what's she doing? Is she going to school yet? Sir, we haven't heard from you in about 6 months or 3 months or all year. Why are you interested all of a sudden? Did you wake up today remember that you had a kid on the planet? And y'all birthdays are just 3 days apart? Like, certain things in my mind I have to block out, because if I don't block them out, the verbiage that I will serve on a platter to some of these dumb people that I am connected to in some way, form, or fashion would be oozing, okay? What do I do when they get here? I shouldn't have to tell you as the other parent how to interact with your kid. You should already create a bond or know how to carry a discussion or a conversation with your child. That should be something natural that you develop. And if you cannot develop that, then that tells you that you're not putting enough quality time in. That tells you that you as a parent need to initiate more time, learn how to be a better parent, father or mother. Find out how you can fill in those holes of silence. Like, that's not for me to figure out. I shouldn't have to say that's what you should do. And if you're clueless on what you should do as another parent and you're not together with that parent, don't ask the person that you're not holding up your end of the stick with. Ask another man or another woman that is a mother, that is a father, that's around you, hey, my child is this age, what should I be doing as a father? What should I be doing as a mother? How often should I be doing these things? And if you have friends who are fathers, who are mothers, and they're taking care of their kids and they hang around you a lot, what kind of friends are they where they see you lacking and don't give you like some tips? What kind of friends do you have when they see you're not doing certain things for your child that you have, and they just cool with it and they don't say anything and everything is like ha 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 hunky dory? Those are not your friends. You shouldn't ask me, hey, what does he or she like? Don't ask me that. You should know what your kid likes, especially if they can talk to you and tell you what they like. What should I buy them? You don't need to screenshot anything in the store. You don't need to video me while you're picking up outfits. You don't need to send me pictures. Just do something on your own 2 feet, with your own 2 hands. Pick out something for your child also and send it or give it to her or him. If a parent is going on vacation without a kid that they're sharing with someone else, you should make sure the other parent is good with the days that you're going on vacation as far as a sitter. And if they cannot have a sitter on the days that you are going on vacation, a discussion should be had on, so the days that I'm going to allow you to miss work because I didn't include my child in my vacation time with my other family. Do you need to pick up more hours at work? So that means certain days that I don't usually have a child, I'm going to have him or her. That's you being considerate. That's you being an adult. And that's you doing good on co-parenting. And it's only fair. Because every time since I've had kids and I go on vacation, Anya's with me on the plane. Anya's with me in Puerto Rico. Anya's with me at the beach. Even if I take my mom. My mom came on vacation. I want her to enjoy herself too. So there were times where I just had Anya. My mom was out doing whatever she wanted to do. Like, how do you have vacation and you don't include all your kids? But that's just me, though. I can only speak for myself. When I'm going to Florida, you know what I'm saying, to go see my mom in June, guess what? I'm taking both girls with me. What grandparent is keeping both girls for the whole month of June? My mother. Do I have to pay my mother to keep my children? No. But of course, I'm going to send her money to buy them food, send her money to buy them clothes, send her money to buy them diapers. That's not her kid, but at the same time, she's a grandparent and she wants to take out some time to go ahead and keep them for a month for me, which is going to help me where I don't have to worry about what time I'm getting home, what time I need to pick up such and such, me paying for a sitter. That is going to help me, and I do appreciate it. But my mom doesn't need to tell me, hey, I know you're sending the girls down here for the month. Can you please send some money for their food or for the diapers or for their whatever? I'm going to initiate that myself. I'm going to do that myself because I'm an adult. I have a brain and I can say, you know what, that's not fully her responsibility, so let me do something. And I appreciate her. And be respectful about the other parent's time also. So let's say if you have something scheduled a week before, tell the other parent, hey, I have this scheduled a week before. It interferes on the days that I may have this child. So what can we do to make that easy before we get to that day? Or if you're supposed to be dropping off a kid and I tell you verbatim, I will be home at this time, you don't need to call me and see if I'm home. You don't need to hear from me to come to my house and drop off this child. I will be home. And then you take it upon yourself to still call and not get me and not bring a child, and then that messes your schedule up, then that's on you. But if I'm telling you I will be home and you bring a kid to my house and I'm not there, then we can talk about something different. But if I tell you I'm going to be home, then I will be home and just bring the kid. Like, don't make an issue where there's not an issue. When I sleep, I sleep. Sometimes a phone may charge. Sometimes a phone may not charge. Sometimes I may hear a phone call. Sometimes I will not hear a phone call. But at no time have I not been home to receive a child that I am sharing with another individual. So all that extraness behind me not being able to do work properly because you didn't answer the phone, that is BS when I already gave you a yes that I'll be home. Things that should be said should be, hey, a kid is sick while I have them. Here's a heads up. That should be said. A kid needs X, Y, and Z. Here's a heads up. That should be said. I changed her milk or his milk. This is the milk I'm using. That should be said. I would like to try this with the child that we're sharing. That should be said. This person wants to take her or him here. Is that okay with you as the other parent? That should be said. There should be no surprises on if a child was hurt and there's 2 adults in the household that I don't live in. There should be no surprises if a child has a rash or a spot on them when they're not clothed and I have to take a child to a doctor and figure out that it's something else that needs an ointment for. Like, come on. Open communication helps everybody, and things that should never have to be said should be acknowledged, and things that should be said should be acknowledged and respected. Okay? Especially when someone is around a child that's not the parent and everybody has everybody's phone number. I shouldn't be the only one reaching out for certain things. I shouldn't be the only one saying certain things. And if I'm respecting your words as a parent as to how you would like your child to be raised when you're not around, vice versa should. And if you have an issue with another parent on what they want, and they ask you something and you say, yes, I understand, okay, and you still do what they ask you not to do, then that is you lying. That is you not respecting. And we need to have a conversation about that. Don't try to talk over that, because I would never talk over that about you or something you would want. And that's all I'm saying. This is just a drive-in. Y'all be good and understand, as a parent, as a caregiver, there are certain things that should not be said. And the communication is a big deal, and just let people know beforehand. I am out. This is Shan. Thank you for listening to Cozy Room. Have a great Saturday. Deuces.